What is up, everybody? Welcome back to On Thin Ice, where Peyton and I ask each other icebreaker questions in hopes to maybe learn a thing or two about one another. And boy, oh
or
boy,
the world.
oh yeah, or the world.
How do
And
we challenge the ideologies of this cursed land from which we live?
eh, yeah, and we've learned a lot about each other and the world this year. A lot. Not only
So we
from
have.
not only from the world itself and just how absolutely batshit crazy the world has been this year, but also from this very podcast, we have learned a lot. So today, naturally, what we're going to do is we're going to rank the events that taught us the most from the year
I don't
2024.
I don't know that these taught me a whole lot. There's one on here that I've learned something from, and the rest is just hot garbage, man.
Oh, trust me, there's a lesson to be had in all of these things.
There's it's like English teachers, so they stop after you read in the beginning or like whatever the beginning of the text is, and they're like, "All right, what does this mean? What do you think?"
Yeah, pretty much. It's been a year, dude. It's been a fucking year. I've got a list. Um,
It has been 365 days.
as
This
I'm
is
sure
true.
you also have a list, but I have a list. So,
Yeah, yours is a lot longer than mine. Mine
uh,
probably won't focus
in
on my phone
in
in dark
fair
mode, but
in fairness, a couple of these lines are celebrity deaths that I just figured I would throw out there.
I got one in there too.
Um, I really only
Happy
care.
times.
I only really care about like four of these, but I figured I'd write down all the ones that I at least knew about for the most part.
Yeah.
Because of course, like as deaths go, lots of people die during the year, and we may think it's only like 5 or 6 people, but well, as far as celebrities go, anyway. But that's because we don't know every celebrity, and
Sure.
there's been quite a bit of celebrity deaths. I even went on a list and was like looking through all of them, and I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even realize that guy died. Um, but anyway, yeah. Before we get started, how you been? What you been watching? Any movie updates? Any game updates? Music updates? Anything?
Music isn't so much an update. I totally forgot. Like, I know on one of our episodes, I said like, yeah, I have music coming out on the morrow.
The
PB's Bird
morrow
on
is
PB's
a
Bird.
bird.
But yeah, I released two songs with their collaborations, and although these numbers are low, like I'm looking at them right now just to be sure, but I know after the first week they had like 15 and 17 plays on Spotify or streams. So that is like the most I've ever garnered in 1 week. So Heavy Flow is doing really fucking good, and I'm happy because that's like my first attempt at rap. And like if I look at Dick Down right now, I've got two people listening at this very moment. So
Hell yeah. One of them's me.
you just gotta wow 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 in the background. Not sure you would Dick Down. That's fun. Also with Dick Down, I went to go get my car fixed the other day, and I always go through this place over in Macomb to oh shoot, I don't know how much I want to divulge into his life, but Uncle Andy, we'll call him, who works over there. He's good with cars. He's a great mechanic. He's who I go to now because he's like family on my wife's side. He comes to me after he's fixing my car, and he's like, "So I saw in your story you had a song called Dick Down or whatever. I thought I'll just go check it out." And he's like, "What was that about?" I was like, "Man, I was just trying to make something weird. I don't know."
Uh,
He's like, "Yeah, but did you write all that? Did you write those lyrics?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just laying the groundwork here, buddy. I'm just paving the way for people like Skrillex. I crawl so that people like Skrillex and Diplo can run.
That's
You're
fair.
welcome, guys."
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that's the music. Games wise, yeah, I usually don't have a game update, but I have been grinding a lot of Call of Duty World War II. Just when I have some extra free time, I've been trying to play there's a mode in Zombies called the Torture Path, and normally I fucking hate Sledgehammer for zombies because they will do objectives nonstop that completely take all the fun out of zombies because it's you do them and they're hard as shit, and if you fail them, you are so set back or you lose the game, pretty much.
Right.
But it's three whole maps, three small maps that you go through doing an objective every couple rounds, and then you defeat a boss at the end of it. It has its own Easter eggs. I've been trying so long to hop into a public lobby and just knock it out and see if it works. I've probably played that mode 40 fucking times. Every time I'd slam down my controller because I'd get booted from the game or someone would quit, you wouldn't have enough players, or I couldn't find anybody playing. I'd be like, never gonna fucking beat this. I did the other day. And
Nice.
we had some zombies god expert come in and bestow me his common wisdom, and it was awesome. Gave me all the pointers I needed. I can go teach it now to some other noob that's like level 17, has no idea what's going on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, zombies is always fun.
Nice.
What's happening in your world?
You haven't tried Black Ops 6 Zombies, have you?
Nope.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, is it really fun when you get almost to the end of the Easter egg and you get booted? Is that
Um,
fun?
that was pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie, but we made it through. We've done it multiple times since then. No problem.
That's
It's
good.
just a weird fluke thing. But honestly, can you expect any less from a Call of Duty?
No, it just
I
sucks
can't.
when it happens on stream. Like that's the worst of it.
Yeah. Well, it sucks when it happens in general, but on stream, yeah, it's like twice as bad. But the newest map, sick. It's a fucking cool ass map, dude. And all the other ones so far I played were also pretty fun. The first map was like, all right, nothing to write home about. It's just another fucking science facility on some fucking base, you know. Nothing crazy,
Is that
but
the one on the island that you
yeah,
guys were bitching about originally?
yeah. It just was like, it is pretty unoriginal. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably like my biggest gripe about it. Uh, but past that, it was okay. And then the one that takes place in West Virginia and Harper's Ferry. I forget the name of it. Gravity Falls or not Gravity Falls. It's a show.
Gravity Falls.
Something Falls. What am I thinking of? What is the fucking name of the goddamn?
I don't know, but Gravity Falls is in Oregon.
Yeah, no, that's a no. I don't know. It's something Falls. Liberty Falls. Liberty Falls. That's what it is. That one's pretty fun. It takes place in a town, so again, nothing like crazy original, but it's all right. And then the newest one's a castle, like Der Eisendrache, but it's got some cool spots in it. It's got some cool wonder weapons. The bastard swords are pretty sick, or claymores. I don't remember which ones are which, but they're pretty fun, and the upgrades are fun. Definitely very reminiscent of the bows that you have to upgrade in Der Eisendrache, but also kind of reminiscent of the staffs from Origins. So that's always fun.
I like
Um,
a good melee weapon.
and they actually are very good. Like they actually work, unlike the claymore and fucking Skur Ritual, which is absolute dog shit. Um, but anyway, yeah. Other than that, Call of Duty, I guess, is in a lot of heat right now for using a fuck ton of AI,
Are
and
they?
yeah, they're a lot of heat for it. For not only voice acting from some of the cast, but also for like generating calling cards that they are actively putting in their bundles. Um, Not only free ones that they're just like giving out, but also ones for store bundles that you spend money on. Loading screen backdrops they're generating. There's a couple things, a couple of promotional things involving the winter event where like you can blatantly see that the zombie Santa Claus has 6 fingers. Like,
Dude,
dude,
it
come
had to
on.
happen.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Coca-Cola ad that it looks pretty AI generated?
No.
There's one that's
Coca
coming up, and
Cola.
the jingle just all I remember from it is do 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 always Coca-Cola, and it's like there's a rain of semis with the Coca-Cola branding on it that are just driving like following a loop down a road, and there's
Oh,
some planes overhead. It's basically just a shitload of vehicles that are all sporting the Coca-Cola brand, but it
I
looks
see.
very fake. Not that it bothers me so much, but it's like I think what's making me the most angry about AI and how it's being used, and not just in an educational sense, but like in an advertising sense, is that businesses and corporations, one, won't hire artists anymore, probably. They don't have a need to because you can ask the computer to do make whatever you want. yet they're still going to upcharge on stuff. Like this is not something that's going to fight inflation. It's just, hey, we found a way to save money like we're supposed to do every year because we're a corporation and we need to make more money. So we'll just do this. We'll cut corners. It doesn't matter. People will still pay.
The part that bothers me the most about it is the fact that there are people like Coca-Cola and Activision, Treyarch, whoever, corporations that have plenty of money and then some to hire individuals to do so and or do their work that they're getting AI to do. I am 1000% for AI to be used as a tool to like make your job more efficient, sure, or use it in a way that's going to benefit your craft, maybe. But I'm talking like small businesses, that do have a need for something like that, something that they will struggle with doing, or something that will make mundane jobs that are usually dispersed amongst many people easier to allocate towards one, and so forth. I think that could be used in a very positive way, but it's not those companies that are well, I'm sure there probably are companies that are smaller, that do that, but it
Yeah.
just blows my mind that corporations like Activision and Coca-Cola and all that are using this shit when they have the means to hire artists. Like they
Yeah.
don't need to cut corners, They have plenty of ways to get the job done and still make out with more money than they had last year. Like it blows my mind.
Listen,
Blows my mind.
I don't own a business anymore, but had I, if I still did, like I would not want to give over my ideas to machine learning to create advertisements for us or logos or promote anything because there is still, as a consumer, I know when there's a human touch that goes into something. And it does make it a bit more special.
Yeah, but even
If I
on the
were to
back end
buy,
though, like even on the back end, if you're not talking about art, there's still a lot of ways that AI can help in the back end,
yeah,
with scheduling or planning or allocating um, resources or inventory or whatever. And yes, I still think that a lot of that stuff you do need a human to like back up, of course. Just for the fact that there's going to be errors in it from time to time, no big deal. But a lot of those things AI is just better at doing than humans are, Like sometimes it just is. So specifically with like numbers and such, basic math, maybe
hmm
into like into some advanced levels of math. I don't know where it would stop being better than humans, but um, there's
just
plenty of
turns into Goodwill Hunting.
yeah. I mean, there are fucking AI uh, languages that can solve problems like that, which is insane, But anyway, um, yeah, we don't need to talk about AI because 2024 is we're late to the game on that one. AI's been a thing for a while, and it's only getting more rampant. But unless there was anything big that happened with AI this year, I can't remember. Um,
There was
other than
probably something, but honestly, like I'm not shocked anymore anytime I hear the news on it.
yeah, well, that's because it's been around for a while now, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of out in the ether now. Other than I guess Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a pretty big fucking game, and the fact that they have a lot of stuff that is just kind of like blatant. I looked into it a little bit more, and um, it's rough. It's pretty rough.
I
But
love that.
that being said, yeah, I haven't really been doing a whole lot of anything. I've been busy, but mainly with just like stuff around here, and it's only going to get busier this week because my parents and brother are coming next week. So, or as of this video, I guess they've already been here. But as of
Yeah, how
recording
was
this,
it?
I'm fucking yeah, it was great. I loved seeing everybody. We definitely did not have any arguments about anything that happened during this year election. But
Where's your haul at? We got
um,
to show off our Christmas gifts.
I got this nail.
Damn. There's a lot you can do with that.
Yeah, a little lobotomy. Anyway, um, yeah. So Just been chilling, man. Been watching Black Sails with Meg. She's been enjoying Black Sails quite a bit, which is nice because I finally have someone to talk to about it because none of my friends are cool enough to watch it.
Sorry.
Need to watch it, man. It's good stuff. It's
I've
fun.
been watching a lot of movies, but haven't been interested in any shows recently. I might start watching Krypton at some point just because I thought that version of Doomsday looked really cool. That's about it.
Yeah, well, that's really it on our end. Just been watching Black Sails, and here
Dude,
pretty
actually,
soon we're gonna be watching a bunch of Christmas movies. So
I'm looking at it. I know you've seen it. It would probably turn into a whole episode, but I watched Inglourious Bastards finally.
nice. It's about fucking time. Arrivederci.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, dude. I literally used that meme today.
He speaks the least Italian, so he'll go third. I don't speak any Italian.
No,
Exactly. Start shutting your mouth.
literally,
Start practicing that right now.
I sent Deanna a link to a show, and she said "Que pasa?" and I sent the "Buongiorno" gif.
That's
It's
beautiful.
hard to see, but
That's a good
Buongiorno.
response.
Just because she said "Que pasa," I was like, dude, I gotta throw in something that's not English here.
Dude, I know Italian.
Yeah, I know Italian.
Boom.
Buongiorno.
Giorno.
Yeah, what a fucking awesome movie. I love that movie.
You the Jew hunter?
I'm a bear Jew.
Dude, the bear Jew? Kind of scary.
Eli Roth himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he kills Nazis with clubs, right? Baseball bat. He beats them to death with a baseball bat.
Yes, he does. Dude, what a fucking awesome movie. And then of course Christoph Waltz. Come on, dude. Let's just Christoph Waltz. Oh, dude, I love that guy. As much as he plays the shittiest people in his movies, I fucking love him like as an
The
actor.
shittiest people. I only know him as Ido from Alita Battle Angel.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh
Christoph
God, you're
Waltz is
missing
the
out.
he's the enemy in Water for Elephants. Um, with Robert Pattinson. Um, he
Hang on,
is the
I love Robert
enemy.
Pattinson.
I know he's the enemy in Water for Elephants, which will make you fucking cry. Like it's depressing.
I'm
Um,
looking it up.
he's one of the bad guys in or he is the bad guy in Big Eyes. Big Eyes was kind of an artsy film, but pretty good nonetheless. I think it was Tim Burton actually. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Tim Burton. Wait, he wasn't a villain in Django. He was a character in Django, but I don't think he was a villain.
I don't even remember him being a character in Django, but it's been so long since I've watched it that I wouldn't know.
Um, Django Unchained cast. Yeah, he played Dr. King something.
Dr. Martin Luther King.
Dr. King Schultz.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I'll be.
And Django.
Hardly even looks like him.
That one.
Maybe a little bit more there.
Dr. King Schultz. Anyway, yeah, just a fucking awesome actor, but anyway, speaking of actors, let's just go ahead and get into this fucking year, dude. We've had a crazy year, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about some celebrity deaths real quick because a couple of them
Yep.
got me pretty fucking hard. First
What
off,
are the editing?
Maggie Smith.
Maggie Smith was
Like,
yeah, big one on mine.
dude, Maggie Smith. I mean, don't get me wrong. She wasn't no spring chicken. I get it. Not everyone's gonna be here forever. I understand, but fuck, man. I
So
just
where does Maggie Smith sit for you? Because yeah, we knew it was coming, but still, like
it was rough.
that's the grandma that you know from everything who's not allowed to die. You just love so much that you're just like it just can't happen to her. It's like the queen.
Yeah,
Death will always pass her over.
yeah. No, I agree. As far as my three big ones this year, she's probably like right in. No, she's probably my number three to be honest. Mainly
You want to
because my other two were in such high regard for me, and one of them I had met last year. So,
I'm thinking Maggie Smith goes an F.
well, I was just gonna put celebrity deaths as their own thing. I don't think we gotta rate the individual celebrity deaths because
Oh, okay. They're not just individual people that you care about. We're just gonna throw them all together because you hate them. Got it.
No, we're talking about them in their own closeted section of this video.
I know, but if you
They're
wanted to
too
go
they're too
over,
important to rank. That's
hang
what I'm
on.
saying.
Well, now I gotta. It's probably like a shitload of them, right?
Yes,
How many celebrity
there's a
stars?
lot.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's why we don't have to rank
Did I just see
all of them.
James Earl Jones? Did I forget about that one?
Yeah, he's up there. He's my number
Oh,
two.
I got it pulled up so everyone can see this. I'm not gonna read them all out loud because I would tire from reading all of this. But my God,
Yeah, James Earl Jones is
Fat
my
Man
my
Scoop,
next one, and Tony Todd, Candyman himself,
Candyman.
passed away
Yeah,
recently, November or something or other, and I just met him last year, talked to him for a little while, and what a fucking cool guy. Definitely would not have expected him to pass away this year. And in the
I
state that he was
forgot.
in when I talked to him, he seemed happy and healthy and full of life. So I don't know.
I forgot about Toby Keith as well.
Yep, Toby Keith, O.J. Simpson, I'm
Sorry,
pretty sure
country
died.
fans. Yeah,
Donald Sutherland from Hunger Games. Well, he's in a lot of stuff, but I remember him most recently from Hunger Games.
there's O.J. Simpson.
Richard Simmons, the guy that did the exercising videos and the
Okay,
leotards.
we can throw them together, I guess, if you want.
Carl Weathers from Predator and Rocky. The famous handshake with the big muscle guys. That Carl Weathers.
Mm-hmm.
Between Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger. He fucking died. That was rough, dude. And then Shelley Duvall I put on here as well from The Shining. She passed away. Yeah, those are the big ones that I wrote down. But I'm gonna
Where are
go.
you?
We should put them in Super F because it sucked. I mean, that was a pretty rough thing. That's probably the worst of the worst. Is the celebrities that passed this year were titans of their time. You know, like absolute titans.
Downsize that a bit. Ooh, can I move this over? I can. Nice. All right. Celebrity deaths. First Super F.
Big old Super F on that one.
So first thing on my list, just because it was the most obvious thing that came to mind, the 2024 presidential election that happened this year.
Super F.
Super F.
Dude,
I have no comment on it.
I
I'll leave this one to you.
I know you can't really speak on it too much, like from a personal standpoint, and I will try to as well. But like, this election was probably the most divisive election that I've seen in my time living on this planet, and
That bad, huh?
in all almost 30 years of me living. It is probably the most divisive I've ever seen this country in my life. And it's only... Oh, baby crying really hard. Holy shit. Sorry if you hear that. Don't worry, Mom's got it. He probably just
Just kick
tired.
him in the head, right?
Yeah. Um. Anyway. Damn, I lost all train of thought. Oh, yeah.
This
So,
is the worst one you've seen in all your life.
dude, it was bad. It was bad, and like the outcome was rough, and the way we got that outcome was rough. The gloating, the amount of shit spewed all over my Facebook and my Instagram and Snapchat, and like this was the election that almost got me off of Facebook. Like I've never ever in my life under any circumstance thought to myself, man, I really need to get off of Facebook really bad, because I am not one of the people that think social media is the problem. I think that social media is a tool that people use to make problems.
Yeah.
I don't agree with people saying that Facebook ruins relationships and Facebook's just a bunch of garbage heap bullshit and stuff. You got to understand that there's people behind those posts. You
Yeah,
know,
there's human behavior
yes,
for sure.
it's not the social media that's the issue. So if you can remove yourself or remove the people that are on those posts and stuff from the situation, Facebook really isn't that bad of a place, you know? Like, yes, the fucking ads have gotten rampant. Yes, Mark Zuckerberg is an absolute cuck shill piece of shit, and I hope he fucking rots. Yes, I think that every single time I get booted from Facebook because I said a no-no word on someone's post, even if it was a joke, for 24 hours, or I can't like and comment on stuff for 24 hours because the Zuck himself can't take a joke, or he sees me say the word cunt and he's immediately in flames, just fuming.
Mark
And he's
Zuckerberg
like,
sees me use a racial slur, and all of a sudden I'm the bad guy.
no, dude, I literally called, I told Toby I'd beat his ass or something like that on a post. Obviously, it was joking. Like, you know, Toby and I joke about that stuff all the time. And I got
Yeah.
fucking booted for 24 hours. I couldn't comment or like anything on Facebook. I'm like, really? Really? I'll say it to his face. What do you mean? What is this?
Now I'm actually gonna go beat his
Yeah,
ass.
thanks,
Have to
Zuck.
take out my frustration.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell Toby you can thank Mr. Zuck for this shit because I'm gonna beat your ass now. I mean, anyway, so my point is, this was the election that got me this fucking close to being like, no, Facebook's not for me
My
anymore.
So I don't. The only opinions that I can divulge are ones that I've already said on a previous episode that involve just me going over mostly law stuff that was happening as I was learning about educational law, and I had to read up about all political parties, and I think I can say on here without being scrutinized as swaying one way or another. I'm all for human rights,
Facts.
and if one particular party is going to take away another human's rights just based on sex, gender, skin color, religious beliefs, any of that, and take away access from anybody to all these freedoms that our supposed fucking founding fathers really want us all to have, not a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Not a big fan.
Yep. I also, just on the topic of like laws and shit, I also threw in on my list the felony accusations and some convictions on our current president that we have in office right now. That was a thing that happened this year.
Oh, there are new ones. Isn't he up to 35? 35 convictions?
34.
34. Okay.
Yep. And yeah, so that's a thing.
Where are wait, you say our current president as in Joe Biden or
No, Trump.
okay.
Sorry, the one that just got voted this election
Okay.
was voted in after we all found out that he was convicted of many felonies. Even if they're still in court and doing all this other shit with it, I don't know how any of that works because I haven't deep dived into a lot of it. But I know that felonies have been had. Okay, and that right there should have been enough for him to not be able to run, let alone do anything else. But like, that being said, Kamala was no saint either. She also has done some things in the past that not very good. But at the same time, like, this whole election was so divisive with the whole country, and there was just a matter of like cult mentality on both ends. It was insane. Like, both sides of the spectrum, there's just cult behavior everywhere, and it's nuts to me because most of these people that, if approached by an actual cult, would call them out and freak out and judge them and all this shit. And I'm like, do you see yourself currently at this moment? Do you see what you're doing and saying? This is a fucking cult. I don't get
No, I
it.
think they'd be happy to have some attention. But do you want me to put Trump stuff on here?
We'll just keep it all at the election because I think that's all. It's all a super F. That whole section is a super F. There's nothing good about it.
Okay.
It was an
Then
awful time.
what's next on your list?
I had. We need a good one. We need a good one because I've got a lot of bad shit. Okay, here's a funny one. I guess it could be taken as bad, but the Kendrick versus Drake shit, that was funny as fuck.
Oh, I forgot about all that.
I didn't
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
follow.
yeah.
I didn't follow the whole thing, but I did. I did 1000% like look into it a little bit, and that shit was fucking dumb funny.
Certified pedophile. Wah, 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 wah.
Um, yeah, but I had Kendrick versus Drake. That one was pretty funny. But it was
That
like
one
it was also a
I totally
non-issue.
forgot about, and it passed over. It was fun for a little bit. I would not put that as high as S. I would put it lower.
Hey, go ahead and talk about something for a minute. I have to go see what the fuck is going on back here.
All right,
I will be right
pick
back.
them.
Go ahead, ramble.
Kick one swift kick. One swift kick ought to do it. That's all a joke. So I don't know where he's gonna want to put this, but I might sneak it into the B tier if I'm being totally honest, gang. I did not listen to much of the Kendrick and Drake shit. I kind of think that diss tracks have sort of become like a really dumb, overly done thing. Like I don't even know who it freaking started with, but I know like Eminem got involved at one point, and someone was like, "Yeah, no, I would not ever try to challenge that man," which I wouldn't either. Hell no, I still think that Eminem is very talented, even though I don't care for a whole lot of his newer stuff. But the idea of diss tracks in general is just something that got blown up to the point where it's like, yeah, but now everybody's doing it, and I think if I was part of big government and I was one of the pigeons that sits on the power line that's actually just a camera, I would get back to the CIA and let them know like, hey, these two rap musicians, rap artists need to go at each other's throats. We'll do it just for fun. It's like an exhibition match. It's like Creator Clash. When did no Creator Clash 2 happen? A long time ago. When was the last Creator Clash? I'm looking that up. Creator Clash 2024, was this a thing? Event dates and schedule are available. Okay, so
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
something else. No, you're good. Welcome back.
There was a toddler that did not want to go to sleep. Naturally.
Did you put him to sleep?
Yes, I did. Gave her the people's elbow.
Good.
No, I'm
Good
just
stuff.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Everything's good to go. Yeah. Did we decide a Kendrick versus Lamar situation? I think I would probably
I
put that
s-
at like C or B. I don't know. C or D, maybe. I don't know.
ooh.
Unless you thought it was funnier than I did, but
I didn't think it was that funny. I was just explaining that like diss tracks in general have become such a stupid thing to me that I didn't care, but I got a little amusement out of it. Like if Drake's gonna get called out, that's funny by me.
yeah, same.
Okay, I'll put
Yeah,
it in B.
we could put it
Put
in B.
B.
I can live with that
Who do you
because
think
I
won?
I don't give a fuck who won. I think Kendrick won by default because I can't
Yeah,
stand Drake, dude. I can't stand him, and I never could.
I couldn't
He's
either. I
he's
don't know
such
why
a
people
fucking
loved.
creepy person. Just a
I
creep,
don't.
dude.
And the music isn't that good. I don't think.
No.
Hot take, but holy fuck, I don't care. I was reading The Hate You Give, and which was written back in like 2018. I thought it was a classic. Definitely not, but a lot of that is around black culture and music from people like Kendrick and Drake, and like the whole book is named after a Tupac lyric,
Yeah.
which is "The Hate You Give," Thug, Thug Life.
Well,
And I'm reading it, and I'm like, this shit did not age well. All these
no.
motherfuckers got a lot stacked against them now.
Yeah, and a lot of the honestly, going back to your whole diss track, or what you said about diss tracks is like I just don't think that people care enough anymore because it's been done before too many times. Like, obviously, we'll get a gem every now and then, like Eminem versus MGK, but a lot of that was a
Hmm.
joke, dude. And
That's
it was funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie, that shit blew this whole diss track thing out of the water because of how funny it was.
yeah. I said it's probably just a publicity stunt to sell more music,
Yeah,
but like,
more than likely.
yeah, I don't know.
But like, I don't know. There's that, and then of course, back in the day when Tupac and who the hell was he beefing with? Fucking Biggie,
Was it Biggie?
I think.
I don't,
I wasn't
the only
alive, but
other name I can.
I'm pretty sure that was a thing. Obviously, all the dissing back and forth between NWA and all that stuff. Like those were all fun and exciting diss tracks to like listen to, and like the amount of dissing in each track just felt like it landed harder. But when you have somebody like Kendrick versus Drake, when Kendrick's literally got all the ammunition, and
Hmm.
it's an easy dub. Like it's really not that fun, you know. It's funny the first
No.
couple times, but like after a while, you're just like, okay. Let him get up and wipe off the dirt. Come on. You already beat him into the ground. Just let's go.
Lick his wounds and find an underage child to, yes, subdue. All
Fucking
right.
the whole Millie Bobby Brown situation with him too. Like,
Oh no, I
fucking
hadn't
weird,
heard
dude.
about that, or I probably did, and I just forgot about it because
He was
the
like,
news cycle.
they were just making really weird comments to each other, and he was hanging out with her while she was still severely underage, and like inviting her to
It's
parties and shit. And like, dude,
it's
she's
not
a
funny, but
child.
I'm just thinking of like who is it? Leonardo DiCaprio, who's only into
Ah,
women who are underage, and then as soon as they're legal, like get them out of here.
too ripe.
Uh, I got a I got a great one for you, and I don't know how much personal stake you have in this, but this year was Godzilla's birthday. Godzilla's 70th birthday
I was
happened
gonna
this
say,
year.
I hope it was his birthday at some point.
Yeah.
That happens every
No,
year,
he
bud.
nope, he was born in 1954 and then died. Everyone hated it. Godzilla did not go on to have 70 something fucking films.
70th birthday.
I wonder. Actually, I need to look up the actual release date for this boy so I can see. Oh, is there not the actual date? Where is it? What? Why is it saying release day is May 7th, 2004? That definitely didn't fucking happen in 1954. I don't know. It was one of those days in November. I don't remember which one for sure, but man, it was good. I got some got some merch finally. Oh, guess not finally. I got more. This is my -1 long sleeve shirt that I got from Graveyard Goods.
Hell yeah.
They did really well with this. This is a nice shirt. Their stuff is very limited stock. I missed out on their leftovers stock, unfortunately, but the big boy's birthday himself. I got to go watch -1 again in theaters. The only thing that prevents this from being in the hell yeah tier is that I didn't have anybody go with me. So I was alone. I sat in the theater with one other fucking dude. He wore a Godzilla shirt too, and I was like, I like your shirt, bro. Like, thanks. That was it.
That's depressing
Two
as fuck, honestly.
two people went to go see this the fucking day it came back to theaters to celebrate the birthday.
Hmm.
So shame,
I
shame
mean,
on the rest of you that didn't.
if I was there, I would have gone with you, buddy. But
Yeah, well, you should have. You should have flown out.
I
Would
don't
have been
even
a good
like.
time.
I don't even get into Godzilla as much as you do, but I would have went to peep it.
Godzilla's B-Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can put that wherever. I don't have a stake in that one.
It's going in S tier. It was really good. And then also, I guess the other thing that I bought that I forgot about because I didn't have enough money to cover two shirts, but also the Godzilla official store that they have online. They were bringing back, or maybe they were refurbishing. I don't know what it was. The original soundtrack for the 1954 Godzilla, and I was like, the music where it all fucking started. You best believe I'm gonna pre-order that.
Hell yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at with that. That was a good one.
Um, I have a couple of just throwaway shit. Solar eclipse happened this year. That was pretty cool, I
Oh,
suppose.
forgot I did actually go and watch that.
Hurricane Helen or Helene or however you say it took
How
out
did I
like
forget about that?
I killed like almost 300 people or some shit. That was
Okay,
pretty
let's
rough.
hang on. We gotta discuss the solar eclipse. Where do you want to put that at? I had a decent
Oh
time
fuck, that's
hanging out with
okay.
my buddies.
That's what I watched by myself. Well, I guess I was with Willow, but
I'll put it in B. I was cool with it.
um,
Solar eclipse.
let's
And
see.
then yeah, the hurricane, obviously. Hurricane Helena. Was that it?
Helene.
L-E. Hang on, spell that again.
Helene.
Okay, so Helene, yeah. Where do you want to put that? That was like
I mean
a
that was
week of
pretty fucked.
news.
Um, it killed a lot of people and devastated a lot more. So probably put
So
that
that's
in the
like a B
super F.
tier.
And that was a hell yeah, brother.
That was L, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'll throw it in the super
That
F.
was pretty rough.
Oh, can't
I don't
spell.
know how I want to. I don't know how I want to approach this one. I don't know if we want to put like the fact that we found out and rate that, or the fact that it happened at all and it's really bad and we should probably put it as low as possible, or like
What?
the overall like sheer amount of attention that it got, and we want to rate that. But
Who or what are we talking about?
Diddy,
Diddy. The memes were
hell yeah.
like I would give I'd probably give him about an A tier for the memes alone.
Some of the baby
But
oil memes were fucking killing me. I'm not gonna
they
lie.
were really fucking
They were
good. But
stupid and
that's
dumb and holy shit. But the whole thing
it's
is fucked.
so horrible and fucked. But the memes, man, the memes.
Yeah, I
C
think
tier.
no, we need to put Diddy low. He's got to go in F or super F for sure. Was he worse than the presidential election?
Nope. Sorry, I'm supposed to be objective. Maybe, but I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, it was
Wait,
pretty
is it
rough.
is it D or is it T's?
D, Diddy, Diddy,
Diddler. Is
Diddler.
that
Yeah,
it? Did I spell it right?
yeah, that's exactly how you spell
Perfect.
it. There was also the.
Hey, easy. Do I get a fucking turn here?
Oh yeah, good. I was just rambling.
Well, while we're on the subject of Diddler, I will also say that there was a substantial amount of grooming this year that came out. Yeah, specifically, what's his name? Now I hate him. I don't give a fuck. Always wears the shades with the wig and the red jacket, streamer, big time streamer. Doctor
Oh,
Disrespect.
Doctor Disrespect. Oh yeah.
Doctor
Was
Disrespect
that
came.
was that an accusation, or was that actually charged?
That happened. That was true.
Okay.
And then that's when like Mr. Beast started getting flamed for Chris getting all
Did you
of
watch
her stuff.
Apaville's update with Mr. Beast? His interview with him?
No, I didn't. I did watch the Cold Ones interview with that.
Did they talk about? I haven't watched the Cold Ones one.
They didn't talk about it at all. They were just talking about his candy that that they don't like.
Opaville literally did a fucking like deep dive with him and talked about it. Specifically talked about that stuff.
Oh, really? How'd it
Yeah,
go?
pretty well, honestly. He pretty much clarified everything. He clarified everything. He had receipts for pretty much everything. He had explanations for most things, and obviously I mean, you can't win everything. There was a couple things that he even admitted to, like um, being a little bit in poor judgment on, not involving any of this stuff with what's his face, but or what's her face or whatever the hell her name is, um,
Chris?
Chris. Yeah,
Yeah.
but not anything substantial enough. Like there's stuff that any person with a reasonable, you know, set of brains could probably just see. Yeah, you know what? Mr. Beast did everything he could in that scenario with what he was given. Um,
So another thing I need to look up now because I think this happened in a different
uh,
year.
yeah. Also on grooming, I just found out like recently that, and I've watched this YouTuber for a long time, but Punk Rock MBA Finn McKenty. I don't even want to talk about it because it like upsets me so much, but like I've been watching him for a long time. I've supported his channel for a long time, and I just recently found out that he could have possibly been grooming his wife since he's known her, because he's in his 40s or some shit, and she's like just now turning 30 or something, and they've been talking for a long time, like a long time, and they also just recently had a child, and so it's very possible that he could have been talking to her while she was in high school.
You've just you've reminded me again. You keep striking up all these things.
So that's not great, and I'm really upset because I, up until this point, really liked Finn McKenty quite a bit. But
When did Matt Pat leave YouTube?
oh yeah, that was another thing.
Did that happen this? I don't think it happened this year. I'm not certain though. It did happen.
Yeah.
Left Game Theorist. It's saying AI is saying January 9th, and the overview for Wikipedia is saying March 2024. Regardless, happened in 2024. Did that affect you in any way?
Past the initial like him announcing it, I was like during when he announced it, I was like, man, that really fucking sucks. He's been out here for a hot minute, and then after that, I was like, okay, I forgot.
I kind of thought
I
like
actually forgot about it until you mentioned it. So
I never watched Matt Pat, but I like listening to that and the response that Jacksepticeye had for it, and now like the scarce of YouTubers quitting, if we want to put that into a category, YouTube retirement. I was like, you know what, good for them, good for their mental health. They probably need that, but it doesn't affect me in any way. I
I,
would
I
probably put
think
it in C.
I think due to the fact that he was such an iconic person in the YouTube space is probably pretty bad. Just for YouTube in general. I mean, pretty upsetting. I mean, for a lot of people, because like how many times have you heard that's just a theory, a
And that's just a
game
theory.
theory? You know, like that's
I was
just
in the FNAF movie.
everybody and
FNAF.
their fucking mom has heard that. So I think that's a pretty big deal. But I personally wasn't too affected by it, so
Where do we want to drop this at then?
I'd probably put it in a C, B or C. Throw it in C. Yeah, throw it
I
in C. It's all right. I mean,
I
that's
agree with
upsetting, but
C.
it is what it is. Skibbity Toilet making a
That was
toy
not this year.
ma-
Oh, making the toy.
that is literally
Skibidi
in
toy.
fucking stores. There's a Skibbity Toilet toy.
Okay, where do you want to? This affects me in no way,
Just put it
shape,
in
or
D
form.
because it's disappointing
Okay, so here's
that
what I'm
we've
gonna do.
that we've
Are you
gotten
ready for
this far.
this? Yeah, how do you feel
I
about
hate you so much.
that?
Oh God.
Oh man, that's so good.
That was definitely one that needed to happen.
Okay, um, let's get back to the really sad shit. We
I have a hell yeah one for when we're done with the sad shit though.
Okay, good, because I'm about to tell you the worst thing that's happened to me this entire year. You ready for this? We have put down 5 animals this year. Put down or buried.
Jesus.
It's been fucked. We just buried 2 more last week. We've actually, our shovel broke and we had to buy a new one.
What the
It's been
fuck?
that bad.
God
But
damn.
the worst one that has hit me harder than anything else was Cinnamon. Cinnamon was a cat that we adopted from a friend who, like, he didn't want his grandma taking care of her because she couldn't, like, bend down to scoop the litter. So we took Cinnamon in and she was very happy with us. But we don't know how old she was. She was very fucking old, though, let me tell you. She had dementia. We found out from the vet that she ended up being diabetic. She didn't have a bottom lip, so she drool everywhere.
Oh,
But she was forgetting everything. She didn't know where she was. She got to the point where she was shitting in my closet every single morning, and she was pissing on our on one of our rugs every
ugh.
single day, twice a day. And it was just time to see what's up, if there was anything we could fix with her, and there wasn't. So we ended up having to go put her down, and I had to schedule it for a week out. So man, watching every single day count down was so fucking brutal. She wasn't eating or drinking either, so we were giving her fancy feast every day, and she started eating again.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough. Like nothing would have ever been enough. It was her time.
Yeah.
But it's the most excruciating death I've ever gone through. Going to the vet the morning of, crying on the way there, barely holding it together, getting into the vets, and they gave her a shot to put her to sleep first, and then they do the euthanasia. But like I held her and rocked her as she was going to sleep. If for some reason it just occurred to me that like whatever I'm gonna say this to her, and I told her it's okay, baby, you can sleep now, you can rest.
Oh,
And that like I listened to her snore as she was falling asleep. She was
oh.
just gurgle. She was just like she was like gurgling off to sleep. It was beautiful, but
Fuck me, dude.
lost my shit afterward. Completely fucking lost it.
Yeah.
And this is something that no one's gonna tell you. You gotta figure it out until now. You still have to pay. And let me tell you, as soon as they put your fucking family down like that, and you hold your child in your arms and you leave her at the table because she's gonna get cremated and you can't take her home with you, walking out the door without her sucks. Walking to the counter to give them $300 to kill your fucking pet is fucking awful.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I still went to class that day afterward. I tried to go to work and I couldn't bear it, so I came back home. Uh, I was picking her bed up out of the kennel and smelling it every day because I missed her so much and she had her scent on everything. But it was just fucking brutal. And it was also the time where a teacher said the worst thing that I've ever heard being said to me in my life. I told her it was the first week of class, the first fucking week last year. And I told her, I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I don't want to bring down the mood or anything, but like I just found out today I have to put down my cats on this day, so I won't be in class this day. You know what she said to me?
Hmm.
She said, "Oh, it's okay, you can come in the afternoon." That was the fucking
Bitch,
response I got.
I ain't coming in. Period.
Yeah. Like I
Oh,
think
hell
I
no.
think in her lizard brain for a second, she may have been like, "Oh, he's worried he's gonna miss class." But I was like, that's not where my brain was.
No, I'm putting down my pet. I cannot be here.
So that's a super F for me. That's probably even worse than super F. That's some of the most pain I've ever been in my entire life. And then it's been so brutal with all the animals this year. Like Gizmo was bad because I've never seen my wife break down as hard. And then our two of our rats, Tonks and Stormy, they got into what's called a tiff, which is like fighting. It's where rats fight for dominance. And Tonks is usually the top rat. She's fucking fat and furious, and she'll beat anybody's ass. And I guess my wife couldn't even identify her because there were just bones, pieces of the rat left.
God damn.
So it's been a fucking year. I mean, let me tell you. Anyway, what's a good one you got? What's a hell yeah moment? We'll just move past all that. We don't need to talk about it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, sorry for your losses. That is fucking awful. Trust me, I understand how fucked it is to lose any pets, let alone multiple. Holy shit. Um, but yeah, bringing the mood up a little bit. The Eras tour is come to an end, so that's
Has
cool.
come to an end.
Yeah, the last show was like last week or something like that.
Is that era as in ERA?
Yeah, Eras. Yep, the Taylor Swift Eras tour has come to an
Oh, it's
end.
Taylor Swift stuff. Sorry, I don't know anything about Taylor
You don't
Swift.
know anything about the Eras tour?
No. Oh man, I guess Taylor Swift in general was pretty big this year, right?
It started March 17th, 2023, and it ended
Oh.
December 8th, 2024.
Oh wow, that went
Um,
on for a while.
it is the sixth concert tour by Taylor Swift. And it grossed. It was 149 shows across 5 continents. Um, 10.1 million people attended.
Good God.
It got 2.70. Oh wait, no. Sorry, this is the movie. Oh, that was the movie. Sorry, the documentary. That was just the movie. The Eras
Hmm.
Tour event itself.
Yeah, I don't follow any Taylor Swift stuff, but
It.
I thought it kind of died
Oh,
down.
here it was. Record $2 billion is what
My
it brought in.
God.
Um, and she also like damn near destroyed the planet with the amount of fucking um private jets and shit that she'd fly and all kinds of shit, like absolute terrible emissions into the atmosphere.
So
Um,
I see two avenues for this. I see the tour ends in a hell yeah tier, or I see Taylor Swift as a whole we put closer to the bottom.
Taylor Swift as a whole can go to Super F, but I think the Eras tour by itself ending is a big hell yeah. That's a massive positive.
I'll give you this one.
Speaking of cult mentalities as well, dude, her fucking fans are absolutely awful. Toxic ass pieces of shit.
Are they? I don't meet many Swifties, and when I do, it's never been a huge deal. Like they definitely give you like a look that's like, you don't like Taylor Swift. Hmm. I've
um,
never met a fist fight with anybody for it. Hopefully, I won't because I don't care enough.
well, go look up some compilations of Taylor Swift fans, and
Pass,
and you'll know what I'm talking about.
pass. Well, big fat pass on that there, Jimbo.
I mean, okay, it's quality entertaining
Um,
content, but
I think the rest of the no, I've got a couple more personal ones on here. Let's go down another personal one. Block teaching. I had all of my block teaching this year. You do block teaching the 2 semesters before you start student teaching, and it's a little bit of taste of what teaching is going to be like. My first time in a classroom. I've done it for about a year straight now. I will say it has been a rocky road to start with, but I think it was a really, really great experience. And I'm scared for what student teaching is going to look like, but block teaching in general has been pretty damn good. I don't know if it's up in S tier with Godzilla's B Day because of all the stress it caused me,
Yeah.
but it's an easy A for sure. I don't
Nice.
know that I've talked about it on here, nor have I shown you, but I'm working on a classroom library right now. And I was kind of scared that I was gonna have to like pay a shitload of money out of my own pocket to make sure I have books in my classroom. I've been hitting up the Goodwill a lot recently, and I've also gotten some freebies given to me. Like I went to my mother-in-law works at the library in town here, so I was able to go in and scoop up a bunch of free YA novels, and I have over 70 books sitting in the corner, fucking rearing and ready to go. I want to read a lot of them. Got a massive my dragon trove of treasures.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got one of
Hopefully
them.
it'll actually be some interesting stuff. It's not just like classics and whatnot. It's a mix of classics and contemporary. I stole some books from my college the other day because I didn't think anyone would notice if I took some. One of them was The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So I got
Nice.
some mystery nerds that might be interested in stuff like that. I got it all.
Hell yeah. They get you a good old copy of fucking Treasure Island.
That would be a good one. I'll probably ask my students when I get a classroom like what books do you want to see in the library, and I'll get some of that stuff ordered when I get a chance to. But yeah, I can't really summarize the 175 hours I've put into block teaching over the past year. Um,
Sorry.
it's been really great working with kids of all kinds. Like getting to see that when I get to see just one or two students interested in what the hell we're doing makes my fucking day.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder to keep in mind that not you can't get everybody. Like you can't always like Spider-Man says you can't always save everybody. Breaks my heart. But when you see those one or two light up because they're really excited to be there and to learn stuff, it changes your world. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I had 7 kids read Watchmen, and then I ended up doing a book talk at another high school last week. I got 2 more kids to read Watchmen. I'm spreading the gospel.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm manifesting destiny, but in a good way because it's Watchmen.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying on that. Block teaching good.
You already typed it? Oh, I see it. Okay. I see it.
Yeah, I put it in A.
Nice. All right.
We got something in every tier now.
What do I got?
Super F is really is really leading the way though.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we got a couple more of those. Let's see. Oh, the fucking Willy Wonka scam in
You
Scotland.
yes, Glasgow. Willie's chocolate
Yes.
experience in Glasgow. I was hoping
Yes.
that one of us would bring it up.
I had that on my list. I was like, dude, that was fucking wild. I completely forgot about that. And I found it on a Reddit post, like while researching for this video. I was like, okay, what else happened this year? Because I'm blanking. And I saw that and I'm like, holy shit, that did happen this year, didn't it? Because
Yeah, that
I
was
remember
January or
watching a lot
February.
about it when it first happened.
So here's the premise for anybody that also forgot or just didn't know. Basically, with the Willy Wonka movie that was coming out with Timothy Chalamet,
Toblerone chandelier.
yeah, with Bob Marley, because that's who he's playing next. I'm not kidding, dude. He's Bob Marley.
I hate to
That
hear.
movie's coming out, so to promote it in Glasgow, they were doing this event that was all the posting and all the advertisement for it was totally AI generated, and it was people that didn't give a shit. So it was all shit. It
No,
looked
this was
too good to be true, and
none
like
of
things that are,
none of this was official. This was a private event held by a man that has hosted private events similar to this in the past, but he was taking advantage of the fact that that Willy Wonka movie was coming out. This was not a promotional thing whatsoever. This was some random fuck that decided to
Oh,
generate some shit with AI because he was taking advantage of the hype coming
okay.
out.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a super big deal because it seemed like only a handful of kids were super affected by it. But man, like
It was mainly the parents that
it's
lost the money because they thought they
yeah,
were paying for something like he was advertising, which, I mean, in fairness to him, they're the ones that believed the dumbass posters and like impossible odds that he was promising for the very low price of whatever it was. It wasn't that expensive, all things considered, for what he was asking, like, or what he was like implying was going to be there. But
yeah.
still, they believed it, and
So so
that's
kids were
awful
thinking
alone.
kids were
But
thinking it was going to be Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
yeah,
What it was like an abandoned warehouse with a couple tapestries that didn't even fit on the walls. There wasn't enough candy for everybody, and it was just
like each kid
part
got like one jelly bean.
it was like
There was
paper towel roll staffs and costumes that were just shit. The scripts for people that were quote unquote dressed up was all just AI generated gibberish.
they
No
got
one wanted to be there.
shot of lemonade and a jelly bean,
Yeah,
and there was not a single bit of chocolate in the whole event.
I got more than that for enlisting, so that's crazy. Um, oh, what? I just heard a badong. What's happening? Did I lose you? Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I heard a Windows startup noise that just scared the piss out of me. Where are we putting this? This was like a pretty niche thing. It's still kind of
I
funny.
think it was pretty damn funny, to be honest with you. But was it as funny? Actually, I thought it was more interesting and at least like different enough than the Drake versus Kendrick shit. So I would put it in A tier.
Want to put it in A, or do you want me to put it like just above Drake versus Kendrick in B tier?
Was it as funny as Block Teaching was good?
No,
Okay, then yeah, just put it before Drake and Kendrick then.
I don't think it was anyway. Was hang on, I have the name of this too. It was Willie's Chocolate Experience, which already sounds like the
That
great
sounds
value version of Willy's
that
Wonderland.
sounds like you downloaded the wrong movie from a sketchy site.
Sponge hole. What are you doing?
Oh, that's awful.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you came out with that haymaker.
Yeah, I had
Um,
to.
I had. Oh God, I'm getting. Oh wait, whoops, I already checked it off. Okay. Um, let's talk about another really forgettable one, Helldivers 2.
Damn, that was rough.
You have more stake in this than me because I told you so many times, like, this is gonna fall off. I'm not gonna download it. It looks fun, not worth my time, not gonna do it. And
the
here we are.
the
It
thing
lasted a
is,
month.
when I was telling you that, it was super fun. And it was
Yeah,
still cheap for the amount of fun that it was. Like, it was still well worth the price you pay for it. And I still believe it was well worth the price I paid for it. And at the time, dude, we were having a blast. There was a point where, like, it felt like we were playing a game again. Finally, for the first time in
we're
fucking
playing it
years,
again.
of like getting these shite titles being thrown at us and whatnot, and like these big letdowns and disappointments and shit. And this one finally came out and was like bringing some heat, and we were having a good time. We were failing, we were succeeding, we were having a blast doing it, and it
You
felt
were
like the
fighting for liberty.
the
You were
community as a whole was enough to like back this game. Like, I 1000% stand by that. I don't care what it ended up being. I agree with that statement. And it is currently coming back to a state where that feels like it's relevant again, even though like now it's got more stuff to compete with because people are actually coming out with some cool games now again. And then obviously there's controversy with the whole Call of Duty thing and so forth. So it's in some water anyway, but it's in a better state now than it was when it ended again, like back when it ended, you know. And it never ended, I guess, but it definitely fell off. I will agree. But
yeah, it did
it,
something super well, which was that like players in the game actually had an effect on the game itself. Like the
yes,
whole point was is a funny gimmick that you're fighting for democracy. You're a hell diver that comes in. It's a usually mostly a third person shooter, but you come in and you were trying to push back these two different races. The what was it not the Tyranids? That's Warhammer. What
Terminids,
were they called? The
Terminids,
Termin and the Automatons,
and the
right? Or
automatons.
automatons.
Yeah.
Yeah, fighting for Super Earth.
Yep. And it's funny is I mean it's pretty much just Starship Troopers, but rebranded
Dude,
basically. But
it blew up in popularity. Everyone was talking about it. You
massive.
could not get away with from it for a month or two. That
Yeah.
was it. I never
Well,
heard of it again afterward.
I did, but I'm also following some pages that like keep up on it. But um,
So
regardless,
I
it
would
did fall off of its hiatus or off of its high horse for quite a while. It's coming back, I think, just not in the capacity that it was.
I would put it in C.
I'm gonna put it in. I would put it in C or D solely for the stupid shit that they pulled with the PSN accounts. That part
What was with
alone,
PSN accounts?
when they were basically they released it and they needed to add servers. I don't know the legitimacies behind all this. You have to look it up yourself, but they needed to open up servers because it was gaining popularity so fast. So they were just like bypassing the PSN requirement. And then finally, when they got everything stable, they were backtracking. They were backpedaling on that and requiring you to have a PSN account, which for me, that's fine because I have a PSN account. But for a lot of countries where you're not even allowed to have a PSN account or PSN is not supported, those people were basically fucked and they had to uninstall the game. So they, like, that's shitty. That's really shitty. When
Yeah.
it was functioning just fine before, and then you just all of a sudden have this PSN requirement now and a ton of people can't play your game. No, fuck you. That's not okay. That's not right. They already bought it and they were already playing it.
Or they were having a hard time getting into the server enough as it is.
Yeah, well for a while, but once they got the servers up for a little while, they were allowing everybody to play. Everybody played and progressed and got all this like stuff achieved. And then they were like, PSN account, please. Even if you're not able
Do some
to.
verification.
Yeah, and I was like, dog, that's just foul, dude. You should not have done that. And then they redacted that. I'm pretty sure they went back on that, but still, like, it shouldn't have been an argument to begin with. You shouldn't have done that. If you were going to require a PSN account, don't allow them to download and buy the game in the first place. Like, and
No.
play it multiple times, like over and over and over again. No, that's
You
fucked.
get a taste. You get a little nibble on Helldivers, and then fuck you.
Speaking of games, though, the Game Awards. I don't know if you've seen the Game Awards.
I heard Queso won Streamer of the Year, right?
I don't know who the fuck that is, and I don't care.
You don't know who Queso is?
I'm talking about the Game of the Year, dude.
Oh, okay.
That
Which
fuck
one?
the
Wait, that hasn't happened yet. Has it Game Award for 2024?
Yep, it just happened this weekend, like 2
Say
days ago.
we're not talking about Baldur's Gate.
Astrobot.
Oh, what even is that?
Astrobot is the little PlayStation robot guy that is part of the demo. The like the performance demo that you get with all your PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. I think maybe PlayStation 3 he was on it as well, but it's the free thing that you get with the PlayStation when you buy it. And
The
you can play through.
Playroom?
Yes.
Isn't that a thing?
That little robot guy.
That
They made
he's
a game for him, like a
Oh,
full game.
okay.
Did you hear of it? No, probably
No.
not, because I don't think anybody did. But it won Game of the Year.
How? How the fuck does that happen? I literally thought it was just the dude from the Playroom where you have the PS camera. I remember having to buy the PS. I didn't have a PS3, but my cousin having to buy the PS camera just so you could have the virtual reality sort of game play with that. But that was all I
Astrobot
remember.
is the PlayStation guy, the little robot
Okay, so
from that tech demo, basically.
what more can you tell me about this? Because I don't know a thing. That
That's
sounds stupid.
that's the biggest thing I remember was that there was a lot of people pretty confused as to how Astrobot got Game of the Year. Mainly arguing Helldivers, of course, but also when what else was brought up? There was a couple other games brought up. Wu Kang. Fuck, I'm blanking, but there was a couple more games that were brought up that were like easily contenders for Game of the Year. like for sure. Maybe not like Baldur's Gate level or Zelda level, but like for sure contenders. And the fact that Astrobot won, people were just like, "What?"
So
now
am I typing in
the
Astrobot
the
or
people that played Astrobot have confirmed it is a great game. It is a great game, but should it have been Game of the Year? Maybe not. But also the new Elden Ring spin-off game got announced. Okami 2 got announced, which is fucking wild. A sequel to a game that is IP that has been long since passed into legend and memory and all that stuff is getting a sequel. That's kind of wild. A couple of other really old school classic games too, I heard were getting sequels. Not that I'm familiar with, but I know that some of them did get confirmed for sequels. That's insane. I'd say overall is probably C material.
Game Awards or
Game Awards.
Astrobot itself?
Game Awards.
C?
I don't know enough about Astrobot to like comment on that any further. I just know that people that have played Astrobot praise it.
Okay.
But a lot of the
'Cause I
gaming
don't know it.
community that like play games and stuff were probably like that maybe didn't play Astrobot were just kind of confused as to how the fuck a tech demo, even though it's not a tech demo, it is a full game, one game of the year. But
Crazy to me, especially since I'm not up to date on all the games and stuff. I actually had to look up for this. I'm getting 2023 and 2024 really mixed up because we missed a lot. I thought that GTA 6 was announced in 2024, but that was back in 23.
yeah, it came out within the past like 2 months or something. It's been out for a couple months now, but
All right. I Here we go. This one probably hurts you more than me. Hot Pocket sleeves are not a thing anymore.
that was a big rip. That's a big
Where'd the
rip.
Hot Pocket sleeves go? You
I don't
know?
know. I don't know where the Hot Pocket sleeves went, but I miss them because now I have to use paper towels.
And
And
that's just not right. That's not the same.
no, they don't make it crispy on the outside. That was the fucking point of the Hot Pocket
Yeah,
sleeve.
it mushes your fucking food if you're using a paper towel.
Yeah. Fucking dumb, dude.
I'm putting that in F.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck the
Bastards.
owners of Hot Pockets.
This might
Taking
have to
away our
go
sleeves.
fucking Hormel. This might have to go in Hormel tier. Oh, yeah. But Hot Pocket sleeves.
Spotify Wrapped was fucked.
Spotify Wrapped is the dumbest thing that human beings have ever invented, and I know we have warfare.
Well, it was pretty fucked this year. Like last year we
Yours
got
are just the idea of it.
everyone's was like fucked up or not right or like tons of stuff. Mine was fairly accurate, but it definitely got my top 5 songs pretty wrong.
Yeah, mine were also like because I just checked out just because not everyone was asking because I'm so important, but my only friend was asking like, let me see your Wrapped, and I looked at it. I was like, I was seeing my top 3 songs. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I skipped these the most because they were getting overplayed by Spotify's shit ass algorithm.
Yeah, well, there was a couple. Mine was Welcome Home. My number 5 song was Welcome Home by Coheed and Cambria. And I know I listened to it a couple times this year, but I've played full albums more than I played that song. Like actively went out of my way to play more albums, full-length albums more than I played that song. So I don't know where the fuck that came from. My numbers 6 through 10 and my top 100 songs, I know for a fact I listened to more than Welcome Home. So it's just it's fucked. But also, a lot of people were complaining that there was like 20 panels or some shit last year, like different slides and like creativity and stuff with it, and there was only like 10 this year,
Yep,
and most of them were
for sure.
pretty whack.
Yeah, it was mostly just like, hey, you listened to a lot of music this year, but one of them stood out. Here's your top number one. Hey, you listened to Spotify a lot this year. Here's how much. How'd you do it? I had mine. I was like, you listened to like 1,000 minutes this day. What happened this day? And I'm like, I think I was driving, just listening to podcasts.
I think I was depressed.
I think that was the day that I had my toaster plugged in next to my bathtub. And I just didn't want it anymore.
Yeah, no, Spotify just was fucked this year. It's just all Spotify Wrapped
So
is just not great.
I think just based on how we've talked about it, this probably goes up there with Skibbity Toilet.
Yeah,
D.
pretty lame, pretty disappointing.
Yeah, this is the disappointing tier.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how many personal events you have on yours, but I've got, yeah, I'll cover my last two. So the big one was I got fired from Walmart. That happened this year.
I got fired from Amazon.
You did, getting fired from our jobs. We could put that up. How was your experience getting fired?
Uh, Pretty dumb because I was hired on full time and they laid me off. Like I qualified for unemployment. They laid me off, even though they hired me for full time. I had no strikes on my record at all. I also slipped into a depression like none other due to some personal things that happened at the same exact time. I got in a fight with somebody extremely important to me at the same time. Willow almost broke my ankle, so I was out for like a fucking month and a half. Could barely walk. I also slipped down a flight of stairs like a couple days after that. It was all happening all at once. I
All
was like,
because you got fired from Amazon.
yeah, like it all happened at the same time. I'm like, dude, this whole fucking the world's trying to kill me right now, and it's almost
Despite
succeeded.
despite the fact that not working at Walmart is fantastic, the way I got fired was shitty. I hated it. The fact that I put in my 2 weeks and the management got mad because they didn't like what I had to write in my 2 weeks about how I hated Walmart. It's almost like they work there and they enjoy it because they get more fucking money and benefits. But I was happy that all my coworkers got to read it and they enjoyed it. But at the same time, like in the grand scheme of things, no one's even if anyone sees this, no one's going to do anything about it. If anyone, no one there at Walmart's going to do anything. And this is someone I'm probably telling someone else's story right now because it's happened. It's probably happened a million fucking times over because Walmart and places like that are really good at just silencing people
Yeah,
because it's too easy. Like you're just so like dispensable or disposable that it doesn't matter. Like no matter what I was gonna say in that office to those pieces of shit, they weren't gonna change their minds on anything. I was gonna get fired, and they were gonna replace me tomorrow. Every day I go in there, I still see new people. Fuck them.
yeah. You should go ahead and rate that because you just actually segued into my next one. Like pretty good, pretty good.
Um, I mean, for yours alone, combined with mine, I'm thinking it's gonna have to be super F. Yours was more of a super F, where mine was an F, but I think overall, big fat F.
Yeah, the circumstances surrounding it on my end were pretty bad. Like the firing itself was pretty dumb and really upsetting and disappointing. Yes, but everything that happened with it was also weighing me at the same time. So, um,
Right.
speaking of corporations that just are really good at silencing people, and
Yeah.
CEOs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian
Uh-huh.
Thompson got assassinated. He is the CEO, or sorry, was my bad, was the CEO
Yeah, go
of
go to Wikipedia, change it to
United
was.
United Healthcare, which is
So,
awful. Obviously,
well,
assassination's a big deal and all that kind of stuff, but let's
you
be
told
real.
me to write on my list the adjuster.
The Adjuster, yeah, the Adjuster is the man that was killing, or sorry, that killed Brian Thompson, the CEO,
Oh,
and
okay.
the people, his fans, were calling him the Adjuster, and they were rallying behind him, and then all because of one dumbass McDonald's employee ratting him out for being at that McDonald's in Pennsylvania, he got arrested. So, but
Snitches get stitches.
his name was Luigi something or other. I can't remember his last name, but
Mangione.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But they were calling him the Adjuster, and it was pretty big headlines. It's literally all I've been seeing on my Facebook and everything for the past like week and a half. So
I missed it all, so I don't know. But yeah, that's I don't know if there's more into that situation you can talk on, but where would you want to rate that?
oh
Because
hell yeah for sure, one
that's
thousand
a
percent.
that's a hell yeah for
That's
you.
a hell yeah.
Okay.
You used to work at
I
Walmart and you're not agreeing that that's a hell yeah? Come on now.
what do you mean? What's Walmart got to do with it? I don't have healthcare through Walmart.
I know. Okay, so I guess let me just add this little bit of information. A week after Brian Thompson was assassinated, people have been posting memes and stuff about the CEO of Walmart. Yes, Doug himself. They've been posting
Doug,
memes
is that
about
what you
Doug
said?
and his $23 million salary that he gets like every fucking year, and how his employees are pretty much just like shit on throughout the year, all the time, every day.
We
Um,
don't get bonuses,
yeah.
hardly get raises.
And I guess he went on record. I don't know if this is fact or fiction. You'll have to look into this yourself, do your own research. But I guess he went on record saying that uh, something was going to change to like where they would save money or something as a company, but they weren't going to lower their prices or some shit. I guess he said that in an interview or something.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of people right after the adjuster was being posted all over the place posting pictures of Doug, and I'm like, dude,
Oh my God.
Lord, they're already signing up the next one, dude. But
Oh no, that's not funny because we've resorted to violence. I mean, like it's I think movies maybe have conditioned, and this is just a game theory, a movie theory, in fact, a life
this is
theory, if
just a
you will.
theory,
But
a life
but
theory.
but like I feel like movies have somewhat conditioned people to think like if you take out the head, if you cut the head off the snake, the beast has been felled. Not true at all. Someone else just comes in or things get worse every fucking time. Like there's never
Unfortunately,
let's get rid of this one thing and then all the problems will be solved. It takes like a lot of change.
unfortunately, I do think it's a Hydra situation where you cut off one head, two of them just grow back and so forth.
That's a really good analogy for that. Yeah.
But I'll talk to you about it more personally outside of this recording because I should not be talking about this on record.
We're gonna see our headshots on Facebook.
No, no, we won't. We're grunts, dude. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not anymore, obviously, but
I still kind of am because the next thing on my list, um, after getting fired from Walmart, I was hired on as a security guard. It was a big
rip.
event for me this year, and it has actually been pretty darn awesome, surprisingly.
Oh,
Why do you think I was going to shit all over it?
yeah, because that one instance that you said you had to do where uh, you had to deal with the drug addict that was like fucked up and or something.
Oh yeah, that's just a big part of the job. I don't mind helping people and just talking to people. Like I've had
He
a
said
lot
he
of
like
fucked up.
pissed all over himself or something, or shit all over himself
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, pissed all over himself, and I was helping change him.
Ugh, yikes.
Uh,
Womp
that
womp.
happens. People need help, and I don't know anything about them. So like my first instinct is to just talk with them and try to keep them calm. As a security guard, I don't have the muscle meaty manpower to just stop someone from leaving their room and walking out, but I would rather talk calmly with them because it sucks to be in a hospital where you don't want to be at. So I try to diffuse most of the time is my go-to. But outside of that, which I don't do that often, it's just basic maintenance work. And it's at night when nobody else is around. It's 13 and a half hour shifts, so that gets tedious, but people people thank me for what I do. And like that means the world to me at a job is when I do something so simple as like get on my phone and on YouTube and learn how to fix a toilet, how to change a fucking light bulb in the ceiling, and I do it and everyone's like happy and they appreciate it. It just makes you feel really good. Like not even part of the team, but just like you think you're doing something correct.
Take notes, Walmart.
For real. It's not that fucking hard. And that's something Walmart scared me and conditioned me because management only came around
When
to
you're in
berate
trouble.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're doing something wrong. That ain't right. The
Or if
first
you even
time
if you weren't in trouble necessarily, just like not doing something correctly or as efficient as you could be and so forth.
I came in on a day off and it was my first night that I was going to be alone out of training just because I wanted the hours. I was done getting my tattoo, so I went in. And like at our next work meeting, all of management showed up, and I'm like, I'm fucked, dude. I'm cooked. What did I do? And they come out with this stupid treasure chest full of ping pong balls, and you pick one out, and the number correlates to like a prize you get for going above and beyond. I ended up getting, like, I still have it here, my Service Excellent Award that you can't read because the light's shining on it. But I got gift cards to the Mexican restaurant in town. Like those little things. I love the job that I work at. It pays well. It's like 3 minutes from home. My boss appreciates that I can just go in whenever to do whatever. And I'm mostly on my own the night. I'm just building shit. I'm tearing shit up. It's cool.
Hell yeah.
I will say that probably goes up with block teaching. All these jobs I'm getting, working so hard. Who knew that working could be fun?
No.
It's, dude, sometimes it's a headache, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we're going pretty long here, so I need to wrap these up a little bit, but
Okay, I've only got two more.
I've got two more as well, but they could probably be put in Hell Yeah or S at the very least. I personally think that they should go in Hell Yeah, but I know they probably didn't affect you as much because you don't really listen to metal. But Knocked Loose on Jimmy Kimmel was phenomenal for the metal world. I mean, that's a big fucking deal, and it made headway. Like, it made such an impact that people, like, were buzzing about it everywhere. There was Jimmy Kimmel fans that were pissed off at Jimmy Kimmel because they had Knocked Loose on their show. And that's nuts to me. And then the lead singer of Knocked Loose went on record and was like, yeah, we were walking down the hallway of like we're about to go on stage, and we're looking around at these pictures of all these insane people that have been on the Jimmy Kimmel show, including presidents and like big celebrities and names that like you only see on TV, you know? And I guess his drummer like patted him on the shoulder and shit, and he was like, dude, this started in our garage. And like that felt good for me, you know, and I wasn't even fucking there. And anyway, he goes on to explain how much of an honor it was to be able to play on Jimmy Kimmel. And then at the very end, he said, P.S. if you were scared, good, or something. And I'm like, let's go ahead and get a fucking round of applause, guys, because I'm not even the biggest Knocked Loose fan, to be honest with you. Like, I like a couple of their songs, but I don't go out of my way to listen to Knocked Loose. But fuck me if I'm not going to appreciate the fact that metal's getting the notoriety that it did, you know?
So that's going up in Hell Yeah?
I would put that in S because that's a big deal, okay? But the thing that kind of goes hand in hand with it is Gojira playing at the fucking Olympics, dude.
You say Jimmy Kimmel, right?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel.
I think that's right. I don't care if it is or isn't.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. But Gojira, I know of Gojira.
Gojira.
I know they're very good and well received.
Playing at the fucking Olympics.
A
metal band, a heavy metal band too. I'm not talking about Metallica. I'm not talking about Black Sabbath. I'm not talking about all these bands that your fucking parents listened to when you were
Nickelback.
Yeah. Okay, chill out. Hang on. I'm not talking about the best band of all time, Creed. I'm talking about Gojira. Arguably
Gojira played higher by Creed.
A fairly hard to digest band for most people that don't listen to metal, playing at the fucking Olympics, dude. That is a big fucking deal. That I would put in Hell Yeah for sure.
Yeah, that's Gojira, right?
Yes. What a fucking event, dude. I have watched that video
the Gojira
of them.
Olympics.
It might have been. It might as well have been. It's the only part of the Olympics I watched, and I watched that clip like fucking 20 times.
I'll be damned.
But
yeah, dude, I don't know a whole lot about them, but I know that got a lot of talk, a lot of hype.
They're huge animal activists. I think they're all vegan. I'm pretty sure they all are like super very big like animal supporters. They donate to like tons of different charities and stuff involving that kind of stuff. They're a bunch of cool dudes. Like seriously cool dudes. Their lyrics are all very environmentalist kind of stuff, and always trying to help the environment in every way that they possibly can. It's crazy. And yeah, I got to see them live, and I mean really the coolest thing I could say about Gojira when I seen them live anyway was during Knotfest back in 2021. The sun was blazing down, okay? It's fucking hot as shit. I am cooked, drunk as fuck, and it's the middle of the day. Gojira's playing, and they've got this heavy fucking riff playing, and all of a sudden this like cloud of dust and dirt's like filling the air, like getting filtered through the sun and shit, and the fucking music's just pounding through my soul, and there's just bodies everywhere, people just going crazy and shit, and this fucking heavy music. And the lead singer lets out this loud fucking like long growl, and I'm like, dude, this is like surreal. This moment right here is fucking surreal. And
That's
like
that's
three
badass.
dude, 3 mosh pits opened up at the same time. 30,000 people, dude.
My God,
Yeah, that was a
10,000
crazy
each.
that was a crazy deal, dude. But yeah, what a phenomenal situation in general. But
So my last two, Trump was shot.
I had that one on here too, but I figured we were just throwing that in with presidency or the
Okay.
election.
We can, yeah, that's fine. We can tie that one in. And then my last one that we have, actually, I don't know if you want to add this. I don't even think it's worthy of being added, but you reminded me because you said cool dudes. The chill dude meme. You hear about this? You don't
I
know the chill dude?
I know
I'm
the
just
chill
a
dude,
I'm
but
just a chill guy.
I've seen like 3 of them. It wasn't that important.
Okay, I'm not even gonna put it on because I think it's fucking stupid.
It
That's
was
like
pretty stupid.
it's like Moodang. I saw maybe 5 Moodang memes and I couldn't care.
I seen like 5,000 of those.
You want to put Moodang on there? Where's Moodang at ranking it for you?
She can go S tier. She can go S tier. Just because she's cute, dude. She's cute.
I don't give a fuck.
I do.
Moodang and
She's a cute little hippo.
okay, so chill guy.
Yeah.
Chill guy has to
Disappointing.
go on. No,
We can do better as a society.
I don't think we can. And this is why. My last
Oh,
one is Hawk
Hawk
Tua
Tuah. I
slash
was
Hawk
literally just
Tua.
fucking talking about that.
The
God damn.
Hawk
Or thinking
Tua
about that.
Hawk Tua meme. The Hawk Tua girl.
Okay.
What's her name? Welsh? Something Welsh?
Haley Welsh.
Haley Welsh and the Talk Tua podcast.
Okay. Hawk Tuah as a meme, as like how funny it was, definitely D tier or F tier, was not funny at all in the slightest. As a matter of fact, like saying it ironically, like making fun of how funny it was because it wasn't funny was funnier than the actual funny.
See, I still didn't find it funny.
And no, it
I
wasn't. Making
I was
fun of it
late.
for not being funny was funnier than it actually was.
I was late to it. I heard people at drill saying that. Like they were talking about how basically like if some shit was too tight and you have to like put grease on the
Hawk
nuts and
Tuah spit
bolts and
on that
whatnot
thing.
on the joints, they'd be like, "Hey, you gotta give it the old hawk to and spit on that thing." And I'm like, that's not even funny. It
No,
just sounds horrible, especially when you're a man saying that. That just sounds fucking gross. It's stupid. But
it's
uh,
it's only not funny because there are so many funnier dick sucking jokes, like and
jokes.
one liners, yeah, and acts, like real, that are so much better than Hog Tua.
True.
So the fact that that
Um,
one went viral blows my mind still. But anyway, that would definitely make it a D or an F. Talk to a super F. I watched 10 minutes of the first episode and every brain cell that I had left my body. Gone.
I'm gonna I'm gonna make a bold proclamation here. Are you ready?
Okay. I hate it here. I hate it here.
But dude, it's so
Damn, it's
stupid and
subcategory.
so fucking bad
It was pretty
that
rough.
it becomes the tier itself. It's the talk to a tier now.
What do we put? Where do we put Haley Welsh scamming people with her meme coin?
That all goes in the same thing. That's all part of it.
Okay. Yeah, because
I
she
think that's
also
all
is.
enveloped in
If she,
what it
dude,
originally spun as talk to a or hawk to a.
there's a possibility that she gets investigated and goes down for fraud. So like,
That would be awesome.
she soiled herself. She made herself a mountain this year. She got famous this year in a matter of months and then jumped off of it.
It's fucking
Like, what
crazy.
the fuck? It took her that whole couple of months to get to the peak of that mountain, to the summit, and then she just
Just a
jumped off
well,
within a matter of like hours.
could have just
It lost like 90% of its value in 3 hours or some shit.
you could have just let people make their stupid TikTok with you in it and meme about it and know you for like 10 minutes, which they were going to, and think of you as funny, and then maybe in 5 years be like, where's the Hawk Tuah girl now? But it took several months. And look at the fucking downfall.
She has brand deals. She's been on several different like TV shows. I'm sure she's had interviews on multiple different notable podcasts. She's had celebrity guests on her own podcast. She started a podcast.
Yeah.
She's been on stage with tons of like artists and stuff. Uh, she's got a
I
whole
hate
brand, dude, and she just
I
like
hate
whoop.
that gets so much attention, and yet like all I'm gonna sound like Jaden Smith here when I'm like, man, I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about politics. I want to talk about the sorrows of the world. But like this overshadows everything. People are like, this is the next thing that everyone should be talking about. Like they choreograph interviews with other people that are also famous and stupid to just talk about fucking like how did you grow up from nothing to being the talk to a girl, the hawk to a girl? How does that impact us as a society? Shut up.
Yeah,
Shut the hell up. there's
rough.
there's so much wrong in the world that you should be dedicating time and attention to. I mean, here we are on thin ice, right?
Yeah. Well, I
Like,
mean, look. At the end of the day, teach their own, and whatever you find funny, sure, whatever. But just guys, be a little bit more careful about who you're putting on a pedestal here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
granted, we all couldn't have seen that she was gonna end up making a meme coin in less than a year and scamming people with it. I mean, I couldn't have seen that anyway. I thought she was gonna just make her bag and like milk the fuck out of this talk to a
yeah.
thing until
I thought the
it was.
podcast was the end of it.
Well, no, I didn't think that was the end of it, but I assumed that she was gonna wring the joke dry to the point where like people would get so fed up with it that it would just eventually decrease her notoriety anyway because that was her one trick and she was done. I didn't think that within the span of a couple months she was gonna have a whole ass meme coin that she fucking pulled and scammed hundreds of people on. Like I didn't think that that was the outcome of this year, but here we are.
I didn't think it either, but I really thought it was just going to be like everybody does, like we do, is make a podcast that no one's going to care about, and that would be how you get more of your fame, how you stretch out your joke for as long as possible. But yeah, I got nothing important to say on it. The fact that we're talking about it now is just giving it more power. Like,
Well,
are we any better?
starting next year, we don't have to talk about it anymore because she very well may be going down for fraud, and we won't have to think about it. But
That'd be awesome.
so here we
Unless
are.
that's the top event of January 2025 this year is when it's fucking
Yeah.
we talk about Haley Welch goes to jail.
That's
So
our icebreaker question. What do you think about Haley Welch going to jail for fraud?
well, here we are here's our Spotify wrapped at the end of the tier list.
Our on thin ice wrapped of
Yeah.
2024.
And the events that have had, and obviously we haven't missed anything. Everything right here is the only shit that has happened this
Only
year,
thing.
of course. There's no need to worry about anything else. Everything else is fine. This is it. Do we want to go bottom up or top down?
Top down.
Top down. In the hell yeah tier, we have the Eras Tour ended, the Adjuster, and Gojira at the Olympics.
What a
S
fucking
S
combination. Oh my god.
S tier, we had Godzilla's B-Day, Knock Loose Jimmy Kimmel, and Mudang,
Hell
which
yeah.
you see you can't say hell yeah because it's not in that category.
Oh,
But
sorry.
the fuck up. I hate you. Mudang does not belong. In A tier, block teaching and security guard job. I'm glad that I could take my personal
Phil.
things and experience A.
Hell
B
yeah.
tier, we have Willie's Chocolate Experience, Drake versus Kendrick, and the Solar Eclipse.
Oh,
Fuck it.
Lord.
C tier is Matt Pat saying goodbye to YouTube, Helldivers 2, and the Game Awards. D tier is Skibbity Toilet, Spotify Rap, and the Chill Guy meme. F tier, we had the Diddy Diddler, Celebrity Grooming, and Hot Pocket Sleeves.
God.
And we changed Super F to Talk to a tier because it was that fucking bad. And in that category, we were stacked up with celebrity deaths, presidential election, Hurricane Helen, Cinnamon, and getting fired.
What a year.
What
What
a
a year.
year.
I hope that these act as time capsules for anybody in 500 years from now, looking back at the year 2024, 2023,
What
we have what as well.
guys? We ran out of history books. We have to rewrite history. Is there any documentation that we can start with?
I
Here you go.
remember I see this one video years and years ago on this channel that only has 35 subscribers. They were documenting the year with factual evidence and receipts.
We have fossil records from historians Jacob and Peyton on the On Thin Ice podcast.
Oh God. Anyway, that'll about do it for me. I'm sure I could probably squeeze out more, but like those are the big ones. I was gonna put something about Tim Lambesis and As I Lay Dying, but dude, I don't want to talk about him. I'm done talking about shitty people. Okay, just like done with it. Done with it. We
Listen.
did plenty of it.
2013 is going to be my year. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Enjoy your time on this planet as it is short, and these events will accumulate more.
Yes, and please, let's make this year's Hell Yeah category stand out above the rest of all of the categories. Come on, guys, we can do it. I know we can.
We can do way better than this.
We can do way better than what we've got on this one. We've got this, and we don't have an election this year, so.
What we do is just a general election.
Yeah, but it's not going to be as bad as this one, surely.
Yeah.
Like, can it get any worse than this? I don't know, but. All right, I've said too much.
Jinxed it.
Anyway, make sure you like this video if you liked it. Let us know down in the comments below what you guys thought the best and worst things were this year. We don't have to make all the other categories, but in the comments, let us know what your hell yeahs and your talk to us were. And we'll see you next time, guys. Make sure you sub and also check out us on Instagram. Bye.
Be there.